Good morning students, hope you are all doing well with your health and studies. I am your English teacher Ms. Dolly, and today in this video I will take the first chapter from your book It So Happened. Before I start the explanation, I would like you to sit with your book and take the first lesson, which is How the Camel Got His Hump. This lesson is written by Rudyard Kipling. Joseph Rudyard Kipling, who was born on 30th December 1885 in Mumbai, in India, was an English journalist, short story writer, poet, and a novelist. He won a Nobel Prize in Literature in 1907. This story set up in Arabia. It was the time when the animals had just started to work for the men, and the camel did not have their humps. However, while the other animals work for the men, the camel lived in a howling desert and ate sticks, thorns, and pickles. He had nothing but always say, hum. The horse, the dog, the ox trolled hard. They urged or requested the camel to join, but the camel did not join them in the work. The horse was the first to go to the camel to ask to come out and to trot. The camel would just say, hum. The horse went to the man and told him. The dog, the ox, too tried to make the camel work. The dog asked him to fetch the wood, and the ox asked to plow. But the camel replied repeatedly and responded, hum. They all went to the men and complained about this. The man was sorry for them, but unfortunately for the three, he said that they would have to work double time. He said he would leave the camel alone. The three were very angry and upset. The camel came chewing curds, laughed at them and said, hum. When they were holding a panchayat at the edge of the desert. Presently the jinn came in charge of all the desert. The horse told him about the idle camel. He said the camel was in the middle of the desert and hadn't done a stroke of work since Monday. The ox said the camel always said hum and never plowed. The jinn would answer and assure them three that he would set the things right or probably teach him a lesson. When the jinn met the humping the camel, he was looking at his own reflection on a pool. The jinn, sitting there with his chin in hand, would tell the camel that he had given the three extra work because of his laziness. The camel did not say anything but hump, for which the jinn advised him not to say it too often. But he would say it again, and no sooner had he said that he saw his back fluffing up into a big hump. The jinn said it was his own fault. He brought it upon himself by avoiding work. The camel was said. He said he couldn't work with the hump as it was a hurdle or inconvenient to work with the hump. The jinn would tell him that it was a favor by him to the camel since he had to work for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, without eating, which was left out. So he would now work without eating. He could live on his hump. The camel usually stores fat and uses it when no food is available. The hump was something the jinn did for the camel, who should learn to behave. The camel would join the three. He had been carrying the hump since then. We call it hump rather than hump, not to hurt his feeling remaining him of his beautiful back probably. He would never make up for or compensate the 3 days he missed in the beginning of the world. He had never learned to behave, therefore, What we have learned from this lesson, students, that we should never keep our works pending, or as we will never be able to catch it up. So this is the explanation of this lesson. I hope you understood and learned the question answers of this chapter which is given to you. That's your homework. Thanks for watching.